texted my friend and it appears that she's not getting it.
Here I wasn't sure if I should voice what the deaf consumer was saying, because if this were a real VRS call, I wouldn't, because I know as a hearing person that this is a recording and a machine, and that a real person isn't there. A real person isn't there to help me or anything like that.
Right place. Please explain the reason for your call. For example, you could say, I want to order a new battery.
I just told you my problem. Like, I just
Sorry,
need help
I
fixing
didn't hear
this.
that.
Here at this point, when the machine prompts you to explain your problem, I would have held the information, that being their reason for the call, and then used it here in this next part when the machine actually prompts. But instead I decided to voice what the deaf consumer was saying. A demand specific to this type of environment, that being a VRS call, holding information that will probably come up later in the future. Because in hearing culture, we understand that this is a recording and that they're not going to understand or hear your voice until they ask for it.
You can also say operator or press 0. For security purposes, please enter the account name.
Here I decided to add press 0 instead of just say operator, because I wasn't sure if the deaf consumer was familiar with the term operator. I wasn't sure if they knew what it meant, so I decided to omit that and just say press 0 for a live person. So we could have a better chance of getting the problem fixed instead of dealing with a bunch of random numbers.
Okay, let me look for it. Give me a second.
Please re-enter your...
At this moment, I decided to hold because I decided to voice hold on because the machine can't see that person looking for their account number or password or anything. I would have used a whiteboard or a piece of paper of some sort to write down all of the numbers and would have held that information. And when the machine asked to enter the numbers again, I would be ready to give the full amount of numbers and not in a random order where they would not recognize it, instead of making the deaf consumer more confused.
password.
What?
Please hold for a representative. Your call will be answered in the order in which it was received. Please note that call volume is high. There may be a long wait time to speak with a representative. However, we can handle most concerns through our automated system.
Okay. Like I said before about the numbers, holding that information, and then later just giving it all then, this might be taking on more call ownership, but during this moment I felt that call management was more important, and I also felt that this was just appropriate. Again, this person appears not to be totally aware of hearing phone culture and will gradually learn with time and experience. And during this moment after that, I wasn't sure if I could press 0 for this person, again, taking on more call ownership, but I was thinking since they are still learning to have less call ownership. I know call management is important as well as call ownership, but with a consumer whom is still learning this phone process, I felt myself wanting to take on more call ownership on the fact that I already know how the process goes, but if I do that, then this person wouldn't learn for themselves and might have this issue again in the future and won't be aware of it.